Hello YouTube! It's a beautiful day. This is Brent, the app-driven guy. I am making a series of videos called the Uber and Lyft Mentoring Series, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll have separate videos for Uber and Lyft at some point, but this series of videos is going to be for doing Uber and Lyft together. So let's get right into it. The first topic that I want to cover is how to do Uber and Lyft together. Basically what you'll have is once you get signed on with Uber and Lyft, you'll have both of the trade addresses in your car. You'll have the ability to turn on both of the apps at any time, regardless of what you're doing with the other one. So what you do basically is you go online with both apps. You turn them on. You're ready to accept rides. If a ride request comes in for one, what I generally want to do is, if I'm trying to protect my acceptance rate, the acceptance rate for Uber and Lyft, in order to make your bonuses with Lyft, and in order to get your hourly guarantees with Uber or Lyft, you need to accept 90% of your orders that come through for any given week. So that's with Lyft, that's between Monday morning and all the way through Sunday night. You have to be 90% or more. If you're at 89%, you will not get your bonus. So there's other requirements with Lyft, but we're only going to focus on the 90% acceptance rate for the moment. So what I like to do is have both the apps on. If I'm trying to protect my 90% rate, what I'm going to do is, as soon as an order comes through, let's say I get an Uber order that pings through. So I'm going to go in real quick to my Lyft app, really quickly. I switch out. Hopefully you're using a phone that's pretty quick, so it will be seamless for you. You can switch out into your Lyft app real quick and turn Lyft off. That way you're offline. There's no worry about an order coming through and hurting your acceptance rate. Because if you miss an order on either Uber or Lyft, you will drop your acceptance rate. So if I get that Uber order, I'm going to immediately click on my phone real quick, go to Lyft, turn it off, go back to Uber real quick, and accept that order. What that does, you have 15 seconds to view your order before it's gone. So if you go and turn the other one off real quick before you accept it, then you don't have to worry about the acceptance rate drop. So I think I've made that pretty clear. The next thing, basically, once you can do it another way too, where you just accept the order immediately, and then you take the risk of another order coming through on your other app before you have a chance to go in and turn that app off. But you need to be really careful. Whenever you get an order through one, you got to turn the other one off, because I've had it happen earlier, especially my first couple of weeks doing both. I would have the app on, I would accept it on one, and then I'd have the other one still on active mode, and I'd be driving down the freeway or whatever, and an order would come through while I had a passenger in the car. And you can't accept that order unless you're really close to dropping off your first one. You can accept it if you want, but then your supposed customer is just going to watch you driving away from where you're supposed to be picking up, which isn't good for business. I mean, you could be driving pretty far still, and they have no idea how far you're going. In most cases, they would just cancel anyway, but it's better to avoid all that by just turning your app off. Now, a pretty advanced thing that you can do is, once you're about 2 minutes, 3 minutes away from dropping off your rider, once you've picked them up, and you're 2 or 3 minutes away from dropping them off, maybe less than a half a mile, you can turn the other app back on to online mode. But then you run the risk of you're driving distracted at that point. So you have a higher risk of incidents, or your client that's in the car could possibly get upset that you're sitting there switching between apps and playing with your phone while you're driving. So I mean, if you're stopped at a stoplight, you have 2 minutes to go to drop off your rider, it's not going to hurt anything to just switch to your app on and have it ready to go. If an order pings through before you drop off your rider, you can just click on it real quick. And you got to make sure you know where you're going. You don't want to get lost because you're playing with your phone. So that's kind of a gray area there where you can be the judge on how distracted or whatever you want to be. I definitely don't endorse being in contact, physical contact with your phone while you're driving. That's definitely not a safe practice. So the next thing, a couple questions I think you might have, is it worth it doing Uber and Lyft together? I would say definitely 100% worth it. It's very lucrative. You know, you can hit bonuses with Lyft a lot easier if you only ride Lyft exclusively. You definitely have a higher chance of meeting your 20% power driver bonus. You're going to get a lot of tips. The only issue is that you don't get as many rides with Lyft, and you have to drive farther to get to your accepted rides in most cases. If you're on the outer area of any given town, you're gonna get rides that are far out. And if you drive 17 minutes to go pick up a ride, and they're only wanting to ride down the street, you're gonna be really aggravated. You're gonna be kind of pissed off because you just spent 25 minutes of your life to make $4, you know? So that does happen. But the other hand, a lot of times when you drive 17 minutes out of your way and you pick someone out that's on the outskirts, a lot of times they're driving all the way back into town, you know, back into the downtown area of your area. So that's a possibility there. So it can pay off. Uber, you're going to get more rides altogether overall. You're going to get a lot more airport rides. And you do get a lot of short rides in downtown areas. That happens with both Uber and Lyft. My best experience has been to use both apps and just accept whatever comes through as long as you're not driving way out of the way to go get it. So that's my suggestion on that. Which is better, Uber or Lyft overall? I can't really say one way or the other. I haven't been doing it long enough. I've gone exclusive Uber when they have super promotions going on. They had a 1.5 payout deal going on 1 week, and I stuck with them and made a ton of money. And then the next week, Lyft hit me up with hourly guarantees. I went exclusively Lyft, made great money that weekend. This weekend I'm going both just as much as I can. I turn them both on and take any order that comes through, and I'm just doing amazing. You know, I feel like whatever bonus, whatever guarantee is offered through the other one, it more than makes up for it to just not have those gaps between rides, just to take both and just keep going, just keep moving, you know, just keep it going. So that's my experience. You know, that's not a very good answer to that question, but that's my experience. You're going to have to figure that one out as time goes on. And every market's different. Some markets, Uber might be the choice, you know, Lyft might be the choice. And it's up to you. So if you have any other questions, any areas that I could go into for you, let me know. I tried to keep this video brief, but it's such a narrow topic that I'm trying to cover, but there's still a lot to it. So that's how to do Uber and Lyft. A little bit of advice on which is, you know, might be best for you. I just wanted to cover that. And that's it. So if you want to sign up for Uber and Lyft, please use my promo codes, and feel free to watch this video and share it with other people. Comment, like, subscribe, and direct others that might be thinking about doing Uber and Lyft over to this so they can see how simple it is. And I'll have other videos on the way soon about surging, GPS, you know, things like that. Give me suggestions for other mentor topics that I can cover, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.